Welcome to JP Roofing Fan Nation. I'm Daisy and that's Rich. And tonight, giving thanks to be living in the best town with the best teams and the most dedicated fans in the world.
And we're talking about you, Fan Nation. We want to thank you for inviting us into your crazy fan caves, sharing your funny stories and fondest memories, showing us your tattoos, your rides, your food, your art.
Tonight, we're going to remember the best Fan Nation moments from this crazy season so far. Let's start with the best celebrity sighting.
Rapper Chevy Woods is a big star and a bigger Pittsburgh fan who remembers the day when he knew he loved the Steelers.
The Santonio Holmes catch against the Cardinals. It's my favorite Pittsburgh moment. For me, it's not even the catch, it's the placement of the ball where Big Ben threw it. That's what I look at. Every time I see that clip, I'm just watching the ball. I mean, I'm like, how did he place it right there for him to reach up and tap his toes down? Because there was nothing left. He had nothing else to tap, so it was just boom. And that's my favorite Pittsburgh sports moment. On a sad note, I think it was 1993 Kansas City. I think it was the Chiefs. And I like Joe Montana. You know what I mean? I bought the video game and everything, so I wasn't rooting for him, but I'm like, the Steelers are playing Joe Montana. So we sat down and watched the game, and they kicked a field goal to beat us in the playoffs. That was the first time like my heart was really like broken for sports, for Steelers, as a Steeler fan. And ever since then, I was like, this is what I'm bred to be, this fan, nobody else. You know what I mean? So yeah.
TV star and comedian Billy Gardell's analysis of the Bengals is unforgettable. So is his knowledge of the 4-1-2.
They're just so special and fun to watch, and what a gift to have that on Sundays right now.
Billy, you weren't biting your nails for the last game, so let's break it down. I mean,
Oh.
it's a huge win.
No, it's just wonderful, man. And, you know, it's nice to send a message, too, to the youngsters that come into the league and remind them that there's a long tradition of us running the AFC North, and maybe you should think about that on your way back to Ohio.
We're going to do some rapid-fire questions here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Triangle or Permane brothers?
Triangle. But that's only because I'm a homer for Swissville. I love Permane brothers, but I'll take a battleship any day of the
Of
week.
course.
Mm-hmm.
Minios or Fioris?
For me, it's Fioris.
All right, Thunderbolt or Phantom's Revenge?
Thunderbolt, hands down. I like to get on that Thunderbolt and hope we make it around the corner without the wood cracking.
Yeah.
All right. How about this one? Jumbo or chipped ham?
Ooh, that's a tough call. I got to go chipped ham because it can not only be a chipped ham sandwich, but it can be ham barbecue. So you got two uses out of that. If I'm choosing, I'm going chipped ham. Isley's.
All right, Myron Cope or Mike Lang?
Well, I like Mike a lot, but Cope is the standard, I think. Cope is the voice that we grew up on. So
Ben or Bradshaw?
boy, that's tough. I think Bradshaw.
TJ or LC?
TJ. That's just a motor that does it. He's beast mode. That's just beast mode.
And Robert Downey Jr. shared his love for Cam Hayward with a crazy cool gift.
I believe that Ironhead is going to need an iron hand. So this is coming your way, brother. Thank you. Love you. Go Steelers. Numero uno for frickin' ever. Boom, boom.
It finally came. It's all mine. Thank you so much, Robert Downey Jr. You didn't have to do this. I really appreciate it. This is in great hands.
Next up, Daisy, 412 fans come from all walks of life, from all corners of the globe. Let's take a 412 trip around the world to meet our favorite international fans.
There is Stuart from Scotland who won a bet against his Cleveland Browns loving buddy. Good to see ya. Now, you've got to tell us, how did this bet start?
So basically, me and my good friend Paul Brown, who is a Cleveland Browns fanatic, I've been going to games in the USA. I've been friends with him for years now. And basically, I was invited down to his house in London. And basically, the loser would get champagne sprayed all over their face and head. We won 38-7, fantastic. and basically went out of the centre of London with a nice expensive bottle of champagne and drowned him.
Hey, remember Giovanni, who owns the go-to Pittsburgh bar in Rome? Every time I hear someone that goes to Rome, they tell me about your place and how awesome it is. All the Steelers fans go there, all the Pirates fans, all the Pitt fans, all the Penguins fans. You get them all. How did this all happen?
I'm a big Steelers fan. I grew up in Canada. When I was a child, they were always on TV. So many years ago, after I opened this bar, a lot of students started hanging out here from Western Pennsylvania. So we started streaming the games again, and it all picked up.
You also have a ton of celebrities that come there. The Rooneys have been there, Rocky Blyer. You got everyone that goes there.
All the time. I had Lynn Swan come in once with his wife. Actually, we had Chris Letang stop by. It's like a pilgrimage. I mean, some people won't even want to go see the Coliseum or go to St. Peter's, and they come here first.
And how about Tom Baum from Down Under in Australia? How did he become a diehard Penguins fan?
How'd you become a Pens fan?
That's a good question. I actually chose at the time the Pittsburgh team weren't doing that well, and I had no affiliation with any team whatsoever. So I couldn't pick one of the best teams at the time. So I had to go for someone that wasn't doing too well. And I did a little bit of history about the city as well. And I like the work ethic and really proud city. So I wanted to get behind them, and then had some lucky years, obviously, after that with Sid and Gino, very thankfully. Me and my partner went across last year in March and saw a couple of games, 3 flights and 30 hours of flying to get there. But it was fantastic. So we saw a couple of games and got a puck, and it was just unbelievable, absolutely so surreal.